Welcome to Just a Minute on Eastern Sierra Now. I'm AJ. Here's how it works. Every candidate gets the same 10 questions and exactly 1 minute to answer each. When the clock hits 0, we move on. It's fast, it's fair, and it's all about giving you a clear picture of the people asking for your vote. Make sure to subscribe to Eastern Sierra Now on YouTube and follow us on all platforms to stay informed on everything happening in our community. Let's get into it. Steven Orihuela is a lifelong Owens Valley resident, husband, and father who is deeply rooted in the community. Over the past decade, he has built his career in public service, focusing on economic development, infrastructure, and responsible stewardship of public resources. He's running for Inyo County Supervisor to help bring people together and move our community forward. Welcome, Steven. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, and an honor to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into the first question. First question. Why did you choose to run for Inyo County Supervisor at this point in your life?
So I chose to run because at this point in time, it requires experience and collaboration. With my experience over the past decade working in tribal government, managing budgets, multi-million-dollar projects, overseeing the use of public funds efficiently and responsibly, I feel like I have a skill set that I can bring to the county to advance the county in that way. And also as a husband, a father, and raising a family here in the Owens Valley, I have a vested interest in the well-being and the future of Inyo County, and I believe that this is the right time to make that jump and to step forward and to try to bring people together and to help the community, the overall community, move forward in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's a great answer. What experiences in your background have best prepared you to serve the people of Inyo County?
I've spent the last 10 years working in tribal government, overseeing the use of public funds, overseeing multi-million-dollar projects, and things that really, truly benefit our communities. Whether it's managing a hotel project, whether it's managing a retail center, a gas station, or car wash in the future, what have you. Those are big things that call for a fortitude and consistency in leadership. And I've done that. I've went across the aisle to work with everybody under the sun, the city, the state, other tribal partners and federal partners to achieve the goals that we're looking for. And I believe with my education, my bachelor's degree in environmental science, my MBA, master's in business, that helps me propel communities move forward with sustainable growth, but also to make sure it's a balanced growth, because you don't want to overdo it and you don't want to underdo it. There's a fine balance there. And most importantly, I've learned how to listen and how to bring people together and to turn ideas into results.
That's an amazing answer. Next question is, what do you see as the most important challenges facing Inyo County right now?
I think some of the most pressing issues that come up are housing, sustainable living situations for everybody in the county. You talk about medical emergency services. You talk about economic opportunities for everybody in the district and the county overall. And there's also issues regarding land and water and infrastructure that need to be acquired in order to grow responsibly in the county. Those are the things that I see at the moment, but those are big problems and big solutions are needed, and it's not going to happen overnight. And but it takes leadership, consistent leadership throughout the years to achieve measurable progress for those big issues that we're seeing here. And I believe that also requires strong partnerships and a willingness to work across different aisles and to get different perspectives and to get the goal achieved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. How can a county supervisor best serve a rural and geographically large community like ours?
So I believe it starts with being present and active. You can't lead from a distance. You have to show up to those communities, hear everybody's diverse perspective on their unique needs in the county and in the district, and it shouldn't be overlooked. And I believe you need to understand and build those strong relationships with everybody in the communities to lead effectively and to ensure services and programs and opportunity for all are taken into consideration, and that everybody is treated fairly across the district and the region.
Amazing. What does good leadership look like to you in county government?
So good leadership to me means being accountable, having integrity, and communicating effectively to your people. I was taught early on in my political career that, when you are in the decision-making room and you are behind that closed door, don't ever forget the community members who elected you to be there. And when you're behind that closed door, always speak up in the best interest of the community, because they're not there to raise their voice. You are there elected. And I never forgot that. That was from one of my mentors, and I hold that to my heart to this day. And I believe, these decisions are not always easy, but you have to be informed. You have to show up. You got to ask questions. No question is a dumb question. And you have to be informed in order to guide your decision that truly does affect the lives of people in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. What qualities make someone an effective county supervisor beyond experience?
So beyond experience, I believe, again, it goes back to integrity. It goes back to communication, and it goes back to consistency. People need to know that they can trust you to do what you say you're going to do, whether it's a promise, whether it's a goal that you have for the next 2 years, next 4 years. You need to show up, you need to put in the work, and you need to communicate clearly to the people who put you in office that you're making progress toward those goals for the betterment of their lives. And that is what it comes down to. And even when there's differing perspective, you have to listen to it and take it into serious consideration and communicate it effectively to your membership. And consistency matters at the end of the day. You have to show up and do the work, and do it time and time again.
Absolutely. How do you ensure your decisions reflect the needs of the entire community?
So number one, in my opinion, it's a priority to show up and to be available, accessible. Whether you're in the supermarket, whether you're at a meal days event, whether you're at the Tri-County Fair, whether you're at home. I've had community members come to my door and ask me questions, and they could call me, they could email me, but they choose to show up before 8 o'clock, after 5 p.m., and I've always been accessible to them to answer their questions, to get back to them as soon as I can. My personal philosophy is being available by phone or in person, and I always try to respond within 24 hours. That's just a personal rule of thumb I've had, and you have to be available and balance these perspectives and take everything into consideration, because that is a member that has put you in office, and you have every right to hear them out, and they have every right to come to you. So it's being accessible and still willing to do the work.
Makes sense to me. Can you describe a difficult decision you faced and what you learned from it?
Being a public servant, you're faced with decisions a lot of the times, and there isn't a perfect answer. Sometimes you don't go far enough. Sometimes you go too far. There's never a fine balance there, and rest assured, your community will make sure you know if you went too far or you didn't go far enough. So regarding hard decisions, where, in my opinion, where resources are limited, there's a lot of times where you have to gather the information, you have to listen to the experts, you got to listen to the staff, your colleagues, any other people who has a different perspective than you, and to take it into consideration before the decision is made. But once that decision is made, it has to be reinforced by transparency. It has to be reinforced by communication. Those are two key pillars in making decisions, and that really impact people. And once you make that decision, you have to stand behind it. You have to stand by it and uphold it, because at the end of the day, you have to sleep at night, and you know that you have done every attempt to make that right decision.
Fantastic. How would you approach managing county resources and budgets while still delivering essential services?
It starts with being responsible and disciplined with the use of public money at the end of the day. That's not our money, it's the people's money that have been contributed to this overall budget. That means prioritizing essential services. It means planning ahead strategically, and it means making sure that every penny is used efficiently and effectively, stretching the penny as far as you can take it to make sure there's meaningful impact to that penny, to that dollar. It also looks at, in my opinion, looking at outside resources to bring into the county, whether that's partnerships through the city, whether that's partnerships through the state, to the federal partners, to tribal partners. There's overlap there that we can take good advantage of and put to good use that will benefit everybody in the county. And I believe that is what makes somebody a good supervisor, and to put the hardworking people's money to work.
How would you keep residents informed and engaged with decisions that affect their daily lives?
All right, communication is critical. In my opinion, regular updates through various channels, whether that's online, quarterly updates. In my opinion, I'd have to check some things about it, but I would love to administer digital and hard copy surveys to residents of District 3 to gauge the heartbeat, to gauge how I'm doing as a supervisor, just to make sure that I'm doing everything I can in the best interest of the communities. I think that is the best way to go about it, because if you don't, then you're just kind of out there floating in the ether and you don't know exactly where you stand with the community who voted you in order to achieve your goals that you stated in your campaign and that you stated to the constituents of the district. So I believe that is the best mix that I can come up with at the moment. But keeping residents informed, communication is pivotal. Even doing monthly, bi-monthly newsletters to the residents is an awesome way to keep everybody informed.
Amazing. I like the ideas. Steven, thank you so much for joining us here. Do you have anything else that you would like to say directly to your voters about your campaign?
All right. Well, thank you, AJ. Thank you for having me here. It's always an honor to share my experience, my credentials moving forward for the county. And at this time, I'd like to address the residents of Inyo County District 3. First off, before I do that, I do want to thank my wife for putting up with me, for supporting me, for doing everything under the sun to help me get here. Without her, I would be nothing, so I give everything to her. I'm running for Inyo County District 3 Supervisor because I believe where I'm at in life, raising my family here in the Owens Valley, I want to protect and I want to strengthen the county overall moving forward for the future of our communities. Like many of you, I care about this place being a good place to work, to live, and to thrive, and to raise children. I'd be honored to have your support and invite you to follow along our journey with my campaign. You could follow along at my website attached here, Orihuela for Inyo.com. Also follow my candidate Facebook page, Steven Orihuela, elect Steven Orihuela for Inyo County District 3 Supervisor. Lastly, I just wanted to say thank you again for listening to my spiel here, and make sure to engage in the most treasured civic duty possible. Make sure to go vote. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steven. Powerful words. And thanks for joining us on Just a Minute at Eastern Sierra Now. Our goal is to keep you informed, engaged, and connected to what matters most in our community. If you found this helpful, subscribe on YouTube and follow us across all platforms so you never miss an update. And remember, local elections matter. Be informed and be sure to vote. We'll see you next time.